Eat steak, eat a big old steer. Eat steak, do we have one?
Good morning, everyone. It's Sysco Sandy with the meat of the week, and this happens to be a bone-in ribeye. It is the subprimal, also known as the export rib. And we're here at Friedman Meats in their R&D test kitchen, and we're going to disassemble this export rib to show you the different cuts that you get from this product. So basically what we have here is a 7-bone in export. As you can see, there are 7 bones. When we take the rib bones off of the export, as such, it becomes a lip-on ribeye. Now on this end, you have the chuck end. As you can see, there is kernel fat here, which is closest to the shoulder, the chuck area. And on this end is the lean loin end, which is closest to the strip loin. So if you have a lip-on ribeye, which we sell quite a bit of, I'm going to fold this over so you can see what it would look like when you get it in the package. It would be attached as such. We stock 3 or 4 different types of lip-on ribeyes: Select Butcher Block, Choice Butcher Block, Choice Angus Butcher Block, and Reserve, which is the upper 2/3 of choice. If we were to remove the lip, which is also known as the tail, as such, and use it in the stock pot, then we would have a ribeye roll, which is just the eye of the meat. Most commonly used are lip-on ribeyes. Occasionally people want a ribeye roll to cut Delmonico steaks out of. So this one piece of meat will yield quite a few different steaks. You would have a bone-in ribeye, known as your cowboy steak. Once you remove the bones, you would have a lip-on ribeye in different sizes for a lip-on ribeye steak. And then once you remove the lip or the tail, it will become a Delmonico or a boneless, no-tail ribeye steak.
Eat meat, filet mignon. Eat meat, eat it all day long. Eat a few T-bones till you get your fill. Eat a New York cut, hot off the grill. Eat steak, eat a big old steer. Eat steak, do we have one deer? Eat beef, it's a mighty good food. It's a great A meeting when I'm in the mood. Eat a cow, cause it's good for you. Eat a cow, it's a thing that goes.
Back at you here. We have the export rib, and we want to show you the 3 main steaks that come out of this subprimal. So we have here about an 18 to 20 pound bone-in ribeye, which is also known as the export. And out of the export, if you leave the bone in it, you will get 2 different steaks that we currently produce here at Friedman. We produce a bone-in, full bone, as you can see, full bone, cowboy steak. What makes it a cowboy steak is we have Frenched the meat, rib meat, away from the bone. So therefore, it is considered a cowboy. If we left that rib meat on there, it would just be a bone-in ribeye steak. This particular steak weighs about 22 to 24 ounces, and it does have a full bone. This is available demand status. We do not stock this particular steak. The second steak I'm about to show you is what we call a split bone. As you can see, that rib bone has been split in half by the bandsaw. You can see it's exposed here, the marrow, and the other side is solid. So what you would want to do is prepare this steak on the grill, and when you serve it and put it on the plate, of course you would serve it with this side of the rib bone up. This rib meat has been taken away, so it is considered a cowboy steak. We stock a 16-ounce bone-in cowboy steak at Sysco currently. Okay, what we have here is the lip-on ribeye. Now once again, once we remove the bones from the export rib, we get the lip-on ribeye. And we have about 5 different lip-on ribeyes in-house for you to sell. We stock the Butcher Block Select, the Butcher Block Choice, the Butcher Block Choice Angus, the Butcher Block Reserve, and now we're featuring Harris Ranch USDA certified natural Angus lip-on ribeyes as well. Now, when you cut a steak from a lip-on ribeye, which is most common, and it gives you the best yield out of all the subprimals, you're just going to take a knife and cut across the grain, and you will have a lip-on ribeye steak. And it's up to you how much you want to trim the tail off or the lip, which is this area right here. This particular steak that we have is a choice grade lip-on. This little section right here is considered the tail. It has about a 1/2 inch tail. And this particular steak we stock in a 12-ounce choice grade fresh. It is under the Buckhead brand, and it is produced by Friedman. All other cuts are available as far as ounces, but they would be demand status. We do stock the 12-ounce only. Last but not least, the fourth steak that we have from you is cut from the ribeye roll, which is a lip-on ribeye with the tail, also known as the lip, removed. So this is a ribeye roll steak. This can be called a ribeye roll steak or a Delmonico steak. As you can see here, there is no tail. It is very smooth. It is just the eye of the meat. This particular steak also was cut from the chuck end. You see this chuck or kernel fat within the eye of the ribeye. So this is a Delmonico or a lip-off ribeye steak. We do not stock this at Sysco. It would be available to you demand status in different grades of beef and in different ounces.
Look at all the cows in the slaughterhouse yard. Gotta hit 'em in the head, gotta hit 'em real hard. First you gotta clean it, then the butcher cuts it up, throws it on a scale, throws an eyeball in a